Are you tired of feeling lost in the complex world of financial markets? Stuck listening to TV pundits who are often less accurate than a monkey throwing darts at
So today
investment
I will answer the question, can the real world of Andrew Tate teach you how to trade, or is it all one big scam? I will judge on the following 5 principles. First, trading methodology. Second, emotional control. Third, risk management. Fourth, trading habits. And fifth, personal development. So I became part of the real world, paid my intuition fee, $50 for 1 month, talked to the professor, talked to some of the students, and here is my verdict. The first thing you need as a trader is a clear trading methodology. But that's the thing, everywhere you look on the internet, everyone is selling their trading methodology everywhere. Do this, do this. This is my system, this is system, and we have all these magical systems that all of a sudden work. But let me now tell you the truth about the market. There are thousands of different trading methodologies that can work. But the thing is, one of the most successful trader in the history, Richard Dennis, he turned $400 in over $200 million. He said, I could put my trading strategy on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, and still most people would lose money, because it is not the methodology that makes you profitable. It are all the other facets of trading. If a course is only selling the methodology, that won't make you profitable. So this is what they do in the real world. They teach you a system, they call it the box system.
You have to look for consolidations, looking at a stock price that's in a previous support and resistance levels, and you look for a breakout to happen. So that then you can enter as a swing, or you can do a short-term trade. With my backtesting, what I realized is around 65 to 70% win rate with the strategy that's taught inside the system. So I think that's very good.
What's the risk-reward ratio to that?
You can get a 1 to 2. I would say 1 to 2 very frequently. If not, there's some days, like let's say we had the last 2 months we have the Nvidia plays hit, like, they gave 1 to 4 returns, 1 to 3 returns. So it's very situational as well. We're in what market cycle we're in.
If we assume that is true, check for trading methodology. Second one is emotional control and discipline. So a trading methodology is just as good as a person doing it. Let's now take an example of Bhuvan, one of the traders in the real world. He lost all of his money in his account twice after joining the real world.
I remember it was all gone. It's crazy how fast it can all get taken away, man. It's crazy. That's one thing I was shocked. I still remember when the bell rang. The closing bell rang that day. I looked at the account and I'm just like this. I'm speechless. I'm like, this was so fast.
But is that the fault of the teacher, or is that the fault of the student? Well, that depends on the course. But let me tell you this, there are 2 kinds of people in this world. The first kind who learn from other people their mistakes, and the second kind who need to fall on their face first in order to learn. I would place Bhuvan in the second category. But then the question is, what happens when you fall on your face? What are the tools to get back up again?
And this time I actually DM'd professor. I didn't even know he was going to reply or not. He's like, hey, what's going on? Basically very open, right? So I told him this is what happened, and he was super helpful. He told me what to do. He's like, you have to realize this is all your fault. I can't do anything personally for you, but you have to know that the patience is the key with this game. You have to believe in the real compound interest. You have to believe in showing up every day. There's some days where you should not trade. And now looking fast forward, not trading on the days that you feel like trading is the best thing you can do to yourself, is just sit on your hands and not do it. Because when your system is telling you not to trade, but you feel like trading because you haven't pressed buttons in like 2-3 days, you're just going in out of feelings, right?
Also, when looking in the real world, I saw a special section dedicated to trading mindset. And there is a special course on trading psychology. This is one of the most important classes there is. When I started to trade, I thought trading psychology, that's the easy part. I don't need to learn that, I already have it. Just think in forms of probability, easy, do the thing. That is well said and done until you start to lose. Until you know what it truly feels like when you lose money. Because there's one thing for certain. If you go into the market like you know it all, I promise you, the market will humble you. So emotional control, Check. But emotional control is also worthless without the right risk management.
I'll be very transparent. I did 100% of my portfolio on some trades where, let's say it went to 5,000, then I went fully in on Apple and it worked out again. So within about, I would say 2.5 months, I went from 3,000 all the way up to 14,500. This was 100% of my portfolio. So the odds are completely against me because one wrong move and it's all gone. I don't have the funds to go again. And that's what happened. I down like 70% and I still had like, I would say 3,000 left in my account. And instead of like accepting the loss, I averaged down.
That is obviously a recipe for disaster.
The first thing that he kept on saying in the course is do paper trading. Don't use the real money, use paper trading, get used to everything. I'm like, okay, let's review my trades. What did I do? 100% portfolio in this trade, 100% portfolio in this trade, 100% portfolio in this trade. It was bound to happen. I was in risk management. I was in follow. Courses were telling me in the real world, they were telling me, professor clearly said, I think it's the first or the second lesson. One of the first thing they go over, risk management. If you have this X amount, do not risk more than this. If you have this amount, do not risk more than this. If you have this amount, do not risk more than this percentage.
So for risk management, check. We all know you cannot succeed in trading without discipline. If you watched any other video about trading, everyone is telling you this: discipline, discipline. You have to be disciplined. But what is the easiest way to be disciplined? It's by your daily habits. What are you doing daily, no matter what? And if you instill the right habits, trading is just smooth sailing. So let's now take a closer look what happens in the real world.
Yeah, so first thing that I do in the morning, so markets for me in the West Coast, they open at 6:30 a.m. So I'm up and running by, I would say 5:45, I'm up and running. I don't go open my phone right away. I take first 15 minutes to kind of just get up, walk around, get my coffee, everything ready. And at 6 a.m., we actually have a morning AMA where professor gives like a daily briefing. I'll join that and see what that's about, watch the daily analysis videos to kind of prep myself. And the actual prep work is done the day prior before I go to bed. I already have my watch list ready. So it's a lot of work is done outside of the markets. So when markets are open, it's an execution time. You don't have time to sit around like, oh, can I do this? Like, well, how does this trade look? Yeah, I feel like you should be ready. You should have your names ready for the week. You should have your alerts ready, your setup ready, and wait for the alerts to kick when the market's open. If the alerts kick, your system's saying fire, you're firing off yes, you enter, do your thing, exit, profit, loss, doesn't matter. And one you have to realize one trade is one out of 1,000. So journal every day, even the days you don't trade.
Do you want more? Hey, trading habits, check. And now number 5, personal development. Who is the person you bring to the screen? Who is the person outside of the market hours? Who are you in real life when you are not trading? Who are you with your parents? Who are you when you're irritated, angry, frustrated, happy, greedy? Who are you in your daily life? Because there's one thing for certain, trading knows how to get the worst version out of you if you let it. If there's one thing you need to do, it is work on yourself. And those are the biggest lesson. Trading is not something you do when you're just behind the screen. Trading is something you do every single hour of your life. Who are you when it's about discipline, when it's about habits, when it's about emotional control, when it's about knowing yourself? It's all things in your daily life. It are all your habits.
Just trading, even if you let emotions take over, let's say, even if you're having an argument with a significant other, a family member, a coworker, a friend, when emotions take over, you're just talking bullshit at that time. You're just angry. You're not making sense at that point. The other person's not making sense at that point. It happens everywhere. It happens not just in trading. It happens in real life too. So when you do know that, hey, when I'm emotional, I don't make sense, like I'm just making arguments, what makes you think emotions are gonna justify you in trading? And same thing happens. You're not making sense in trading. You're ignoring your system, you're ignoring your rules, you're telling yourself you're making sense, but you're not. Just like how whenever you're in an argument with a significant other or whatnot, we think we're making sense, but we're just trying to shit on the other person. You know what I mean? And same thing what happens in trading. When your emotions take over, you're not making sense. You just think you're gonna make sense out of the market, but it doesn't happen. So emotions in general, I feel like as a man especially, you have to be very aware of. And that's what kind of Tate teaches too, just be in control of the emotion, and it helps you in every aspect of your life. If you're a rational person, it helps you trade better. In your personal life, it helps you be a better person. People want to be around you. It all works together, man. The more you apply the trading mindset to real life.
What impact did the trading mindset have on your real life? How did you change as a person outside of trading?
Oh man, it changed my life completely. I've been out of my friend circle, like the party circle, for a little while now. And I do see them once in a while, over a dinner. And first thing they say, they're like, bro, you're so calm. There's a zen vibe around you. The thing is, I'm talking to myself every day, so I don't really notice these small changes. But when somebody sees me after 6 months or 9 months, they're like, holy shit, man, you look different. Because I've been working out religiously. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself outside of the screens, like away from the screens, because it helps me be better in front of the screens as well. When I look better, when I feel better, you set high standards for yourself then. And now, especially the money's coming in, now I'm actually seeing my account grow to the numbers where like, it's actually like, oh shit, I'm slowly getting there. It works in reverse too. Now then my workouts are getting even better because I'm like, okay, I have the money, I have to look better too now. You know what I mean? Like you just start to like yourself a bit more. So it's crazy how it's a ping pong relationship. The more better you do in trading, the more better I would do in real life, the more disciplined I want to be in trading. So I'm at the stage now where it's just like how the emotions give you a downward spiral. Now I'm in an upward spiral.
The same way that it works with small habits. So you have implemented habits of discipline, just very small changes. If you every day become 0.5% better, those changes will go tremendously with your financial, with your look, with your friends, with your surroundings.
It's the beauty, man. It's the beauty of this. It is like a game. Once you start to view yourself differently, it could be trading, could be real life. I feel like the world just looks at you differently too then, because you have such a high respect for yourself.
Remember when you were in your deepest point, what advice would you give that person?
Going back, the best advice I could give that person is look within. Markets are markets. You cannot change or ask for it to do something in particular. So if you are going to trade, just invest in the markets overall. Just realize you have to bring your best self. You have to be your own best friend. If you're not in peace with yourself, do not enter the markets because you're going to try to blame something that's completely out of your control. But you have to be within peace with yourself. If you know yourself, you know when your emotions are rising, you know when they enter the driving seat, you know how to like stop that right away. When you realize it, you snap out of it and you stop it. And if you're not at that stage, be your best friend. If you're not your best friend, you don't know yourself fully, avoid the markets. But if you are on a path, you think you know yourself, you want something bigger from the life, don't let anyone tell you that this is not for you, because it really is. Like you said, it's very simple if we make it complicated.
Hell yeah, for personal development. Now the question is it worth $50 a month or $500 a year? Let me tell you this. When it comes to trading courses, it is one of the cheapest trading courses. But it's very possible that this kind of strategy doesn't fit your personality, and then it's more useful to look further. For example, if you want scalping and very fast trading, you have to look to warrior trading. If you want to have some slower day trades, you can go to Humble Trader. If you're just really into very slow swing trading, you can go to Adam Cool. But these courses cost substantially more than $50 a month. But another argument you can make is you don't need to have all of these courses. Don't buy courses for trading. They're a waste of money. Just learn it yourself. And there's some truth in that, because when it comes to trading, you have to make the strategy truly your own. That means you have to backtest the whole strategy, check everything, see what works best for you and adapt it that suits your personality in the best way possible. Thousands of books about trading strategies, about indicators, about trading mindset. And I've done that. I've went to all the books. I also bought a course. Then I downloaded some courses and I made everything my own. And then I made thousands and thousands of mistakes and I lost a lot of money learning it. And it takes a lot of personal development. One way or another, it will cost you money. It will either cost you money because you lose in the market, or it will cost you money with the time. It is so valuable to have somebody on your side who already went through the journey, who can tell you, hey, you might suck now, it's hard. But I went there, I was just like you, and I went through this, and you can do too. This is what I did to get out of there, and you can do that too. There's so much value in that. And I'll be honest with you, with my strategy, I developed it myself. Nobody taught me my strategy. I did, but it took me months, years, and it's not even perfect. I made all the mistakes you can make as a trader. So if you do not want to make my mistakes, you have to watch this video. Click on it. Yeah, it's there. Don't miss out.